Here we go. Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to UMA Community Clinic's free Yoga Wednesdays. I'm Dejour, a yoga therapist here in Los Angeles. Would like to give a moment to honor the Tongva and Gabrielino First Nations peoples. They belong to this land and this land belonged to them. The land was stolen and they were enslaved by the colonizers and bad people. Wishing them long-lasting memories, their ancestors, past, present, and emerging, and very grateful that this is the part of the world that I call my hometown. We'll be doing a mat yoga class today, and if any of you are interested, at 11 a.m. Pacific, I'll be subbing the chair stretch class. It's a 45-minute class, and it's all in the chair. So today with my class, as well as, I think we have one more Wednesday this month. I can't remember. Anyway, any Wednesdays in January, pardon. I skipped a whole season ahead. Any Wednesdays remaining in January, we'll be doing mat classes with me. If you have any injuries or any concerns physically, if you're post-op or have, something, recovering from something, or just caution as we go through the class, just be mindful how your body feels. If you feel any pain, that is a direct sign that you're doing too much. Discomfort is normal in yoga classes because you may be stretching out of what's normal for you or your regular, but pain is a big fat stop sign, basically. If you need to take a break, please make that happen for yourself. We'll take some breaks together, but if you'd like to rest for a bit, feel free to do that for yourself, or whatever, water, bio break, whatever you need. We'll start with the grounding. So please sit comfortably. I'm on a stool for now, so I can sit up close to the camera for this intro part of the class. So you may move onto your mat if you like, or wherever you're comfortable. And just sitting up tall. If you're on your mat, you can consider crossing your legs or extending them straight out, whatever's comfortable, straight out or out on an angle, whatever's comfortable for you. I'm going to show you when I move back to my mat, using padding for our sit bones and other parts of our bodies. So I have a blanket and a towel back there to show you once I move back there, how to make your yoga mat more comfortable, or the floor more comfortable, whatever you're using. We're using the 5 senses to ground ourselves. Basically, it's a practice to use when you are trying to bring your awareness into the moment of what you're about to do. So in our case, we're going to set everything that we must do today or this week outside the room. It will be there waiting for us when we get finished. And we focus our attention on what we're doing now. So let's start with our sense of sight or vision, and just having a look around your room, the space you're occupying right now, and just noticing, I do this every class, so we're looking at the same things over and over, but try to look at the things with fresh eyes, or maybe something's different in the room. You set something down that's not usually there, or whatever. And you can also look for dominant color. So a color that may kind of pop out at you. And then maybe look for 2 other items that same color. So these last few weeks, this yellow has been jumping out. Yellow is not my favorite color, but it is catching my attention. So I'm going to go with yellow one more time. Looking at the textures of your space, the colors, the things that you pulled together to place into that room, just having a look around. We move on to our sense of smell. I was prepared enough this morning to start a little diffusing. So I have some blend in there that I noticed, mostly citrus oils. I didn't blend it, but I'm noticing that especially the orange scent is the most predominant or prevalent that I can tell. And so that's my smell for my space. You may have coffee, breakfast smell, shower smell. See what you notice. And then our sense of hearing or sound. We're going first with inside the room you're in. See what you hear. I just hear the cat fountain. That's all I can hear in here. We'll move outside. What do you hear outdoors? There's a couple birds out this morning. Sometimes it's dead quiet here. Sense of taste. I had a little piece of peppermint candy cane from Christmas time. I had a little bit of that before we started, so that's my taste. Let's see what you taste. And then our sense of touch, just rubbing your hands anywhere in your clothing, just noticing the texture of the clothing. Soft or rough, smooth or rough, thin or thick, just the texture of the clothes that you have on right now. So that's our sense of touch. And I'm going to move back on my mat. So I mentioned the towel, and Noemi and Mel, I know you already know this, but these videos go into a YouTube library. So I repeat a lot of things over and over again so that the people that have never seen these videos know what's going on. Yoga blanket, any blanket works. Or a towel, any towel works. I also pulled out my blocks just so that they're closed for a change. So you can sit on this a blanket or towel. If you'd like some extra padding, put your entire sit bone area, your hip area down on that. You can also bring your sit bones to the very edge of the blanket or the towel, and you'll know that spot. You have to kind of search around for it, but when you get it, you'll know it because your entire spine gets longer and your knees drop down a little bit or your hips come up a little bit. So that's another way to support your upper body, your torso, your spine by positioning that edge of the towel or the mat. You'll find the spot. You have to feel around. Once you find it, you'll always be able to find it quickly after that, but you have to move yourself or the towel or the blanket around to find that edge. We'll start with just some neck circles. So circling slowly, and you may hear some noise. As long as this doesn't hurt, you're safe. The noise is hydrogen gas bubbles. So sometimes they accumulate around our entire body. I think we have a lot of them sometimes in our cervical spine, the neck, because of all the little tiny bones. You're sitting up as straight as you can. You can pull your belly button in if you'd like for some extra support. Let's go the other way. I hope you all are having a good week so far. Happy hump day. We had a ton of rain here in LA for 3 days. It was wonderful for me. I got to stay in on purpose and rest and study a little bit. And we're coming back to center. Let's do some stir the pots. So we're just going to go upper body in a circle. And you can keep your circle more vertical, more upright, or you can dip lower when you come forward. Lean forward as much as you can. Sideways as much as you can when you lean back. Go back as far as you can. So try both and see which feels more therapeutic. I like the deeper circles because I feel like I'm hitting more muscles, but you can try what you can see what you like. The breath is exhaling when you lean forward and inhaling when you come up or back. So we want to put the breath and the motion together and see if you feel any stretching or lengthening, especially when you come forward in your low back. You might notice that. I also feel it on my side body, down near, if I had on a belt, I feel it down in that area. I was on the airplane all day yesterday, so I always come off of there, out of there really tight. So I feel a little stiff around the waistline. An opposite way. Breathing, relaxing your jaw. Check and make sure your jaw is neutral. Hold the breath. And then coming back to stillness. Dropping your right ear to your right shoulder. Hold here. And sit up really tall. Pull in your belly button. Smooth and easy breath. Inhale, head to center, left ear, left shoulder. Take some breaths here. Then let's go to the first side, right ear, right shoulder. This time we'll take the right hand to the left side of your head. And just allow the weight of the right arm to carry the head over a little bit more to the right. Just holding here and try to lower the left shoulder down. A deep stretch on the left side of your neck and your top of your left shoulder. And release your right hand down. Turn your head to the right and look down toward the floor. And so holding here, take some breaths. Then inhale, look up to the right. Exhale, look down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. We'll do two more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. This will be the last one. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. And then head back to center. Take a couple of breaths. Regular breathing patterns here. And then we're going to drop left ear, left shoulder, left hand to the right side of your head. Hold here. Just allow the weight of the left arm to deepen the stretch on the right side of your neck, and top of your right shoulder. Lower the right shoulder if you can. Then you release the left hand down, turn your head, look down to the left side. Hold here, take some breaths. Then inhale, look up to the left. Exhale, down to the left. 3 more, look up, inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Last one, inhale, up. Exhale, down. And come back to center. I just took my blocks and put them, just to demo this, underneath the outsides of my knees. This is a way that you can support your legs so that sometimes it's uncomfortable to have them bent like this and feels like there's a little tension on the inside of the thigh. So you can always put something under them. You can also roll the towel up or towels. You may need 2 for this and use it as a prop as well. Now, the towels are nice, obviously, because they're smushy and soft. The blocks are obviously a little more firm, so you'll feel a difference in sensation here. Let's stretch out our legs and windshield wiper your feet. Shake out your arms. And then we will extend the right leg straight out. Right toes up. We're going to place the left ankle above or below the right knee and sit up tall here. Both feet are flexed. And press with the left palm, the inside of the left knee. Press down toward the floor, so we're not forcing. It's just a firm pressure downward. That opens up the hip joint a little bit more. See what you feel. We're going to compare left hip and right hip. So see what you notice with this position. Any hip joint sensations. Then breathe in here and exhale and walk your hands forward. So you may be on your flat palms, one hand on either side of the right leg. You may also be propped up on your fingertips. Keep the back flat by lifting your chest a bit. So we want a long, flat spine. Just holding here. You can look down towards your right shin, right ankle, so that your neck is nice and long. Smooth breath. We're holding a bit to allow all the muscles that we have engaged right now to stretch just a little bit. or actually to relax. Once they finish their struggle that they sometimes do, then they release, and we're waiting for that to happen. So flattened out back, leaning forward as far as you can go. Flex your feet. And then inhale, both arms up. We're going to twist to the left and hold here. So the right hand touches the left knee. Sit up really tall. And the left hand is either flat palm behind you or fingertips behind you. You can also wrap the left arm behind you, the left fingers toward the right hip. So that wrap brings in a stretch for the left shoulder cap. Try all that out and see which one serves you best. Sitting up tall, let's cut our eyes to the far left. So eyeballs only to the far left and hold there. Release the eyes. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward. We're going to do 5 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward bend. 4 more. Breathe in, lift. Sit up tall. Exhale, turn. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, turn. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. This will be the last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Hold here. So hands on the floor, fingertips on the floor. Flatten out your back. Lift your chest a little bit. Look down at the right shin, right ankle. Inhale, both arms up, and let your arms float down on the exhale. When you extend your left leg out, see if you notice any difference. Sometimes if they feel longer, it's because the muscles have stretched a bit. They have not grown, but there's a sensation of lengthening, so that leg might feel a little longer than the right leg. So windshield wiper feet, shake out your arms. And actually, let's recross. I wanted to do something else with this. So recrossing, left ankle, right knee. We're going to lift the leg, the left leg up off of the right leg, right thigh. Right hand, left foot, left hand under the left knee or outside the left knee. You can lift the left leg up just a little bit, or you can bring it up to your chest. And you get to decide how high you lift it. Okay. Just hold here, lower your shoulders if they've creeped up towards your ears. Both feet are flexed. So the arms are doing a lot of, obviously they're doing all the work right now, holding up the leg. Let's rock the left leg side to side. So really push it out toward the right when you go to the right so that you get a deeper stretch in the hip socket. See if you notice the difference. Come back to stillness. Now extend the left leg out. We'll recross right ankle to left above or below left knee. Flex both feet, right palm inside right knee. Press down toward the floor. Gentle pressure. We're not forcing. Sitting up as straight as you can. Breathing through your nose. And then take a breath in and walk hands forward. Flatten out the back by lifting your chest. Fingertips or palms for the hands. The hands are positioned on either side of the left leg, left ankle. Hold here. See if you notice anything. I noticed the left leg, the back of it feels tighter than it did on the right leg. So these comparisons are just ways to notice feedback in our bodies and also to learn the target areas. Sometimes of some of the poses, if you feel a certain thing there, then that probably means that's one of the target areas. So in this case, it's the back of the leg that's extended. It's the hip of the bent leg, and it is the low spine, low back, stretch for the low back, the lumbar spine. So we'll hold here just a couple more breaths. Then inhale, arms up, sit up really straight, exhale, twist right. We're gonna hold here for a few breaths and let this twist work out a little bit. Cut your eyes as far to the right as you can and hold that there. Twisting right a little bit more. This is a spinal twist. Spinal twists are good for toning the organs, because when we twist like this, or if we're laying on our back and twist, or standing, the organs get moved out of their natural position. So that's called a toning or massaging of them. And then inhaling, arms up. Also, it re-lengthens your spine. Later on in the day, we'll kind of shrink a little bit from gravity. Exhale forward. So any of those twists, we'll do 5 more of these. Any of the twists will help to re-lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist right. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we have 4 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward bend. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This is number 2. Inhale. Exhale. This is the last one. Inhale. Exhale, turn. Inhale, lift arms, sit up tall. Exhale, forward. Then inhale, bring the arms up. Swan dive them down. We're going to lift the right leg this time. Right hand, right knee. Left hand on the pinky side of the right foot, and breathe in and just lift the leg. Like I said, you can lift it just a little bit off of the left thigh, or you can bring it up towards your chest. Try it out and see which one feels the best. Most therapeutic is what we're looking for. You may rock or not. Get to decide on this side. So you can rock the bent leg if you want. If you rock it, try to stretch it as far to the left as you can. Get a deep stretch on the outside of the right hip. I'm going to hold this one still, just for something different. Breathe in through your nose, lower your shoulders if they've crept up to help. Hold the leg up, drop them back down, long neck, smooth breath. You may lower the right leg and extend it out on the floor. See if you notice any difference between the 2 sides. Windshield wiper your feet, shake out your hands. Sitting with wide legs, bringing the legs out. You don't want to have like pain on the inside of the thighs, but you do want to stretch it, separate them enough that you feel a little pull. That means you're getting a stretch on the inside of the thighs. I mentioned last week, sometimes I'll watch TV like this. Actually, I'm usually reclined, but I'm sitting with my legs like this just to get a passive stretch. I'm sitting on my bed. Just to get a passive stretch on these inner thigh muscles. They shrink and sometimes get very tight because we don't really do much with them unless we're dancers or gymnasts. The toes are up. Sit up really tall. Bring the right forearm to the right shin and left hand on left hip. Just hold here. So this is a side bend for the left side. And also the stretch happening on the inside of the thighs and the backs of both legs. So just holding here. You can look, so traditionally in this pose, we look up toward the ceiling or sky. You can try that out. For some of us, it's too much on the neck, so you may feel free to look out at the horizon or down toward the right. One of those feels nicer than the other 2. You can also move your head from side to side. You want to try that. We're just going to hold here for a few more breaths. Then inhale up to center. We're gonna go to the other side. Left forearm, left shin, right hand on the right hip. Lean over, take an exhale here, and then keep breathing. You might notice one side of you, one side body of you, or one of your side bodies rather, feels a little tighter or less tight. See what you notice. Again, you may look up. That's your traditional positioning of the head for this pose. And look out or down to the left. We bring both hands on the floor, and we're going to walk our hands to the center. And again, here you have options propped up on your fingertips, flat palms or forearms down on the mat. Choose what you want. The toes stay up, toes stay pointing up, feet are flexed. Flatten out your back. Walk hands over to the left leg again. Inhale, lift the right arm up and over to the left. Then inhale, both arms up to center. Exhale over to the right. The left arm is straight. Right arm on top of right shin. You can put the right forearm on the floor, your choice. Inhale to center, sit up tall each time. Exhale over to your left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, sit up tall. Exhale, right. We'll go one more set, one on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And come back to center. Lower the arms and then bring the feet together, and we're going to massage our feet for a little bit. So we're sitting in butterfly pose or cobbler pose is what it's called. Not the peach, not the dessert, but the shoemaker cobbler is the, I think that might be the old name of this. Like seeing shoemakers out in the streets sitting like this working, and I think that's how this initially got its name, but the other name, lots of names, but the butterfly is the other one, which sounds a little prettier, unless we're talking about peach cobbler. You can bend your toes back, sit up tall, massaging your feet, get the arch. And we're gonna move into table pose. So here might be a place where you want to pad your knees. Couple of options. You can pad the whole lower leg if you want, which is what I'm gonna do. You can put your entire lower leg on the blanket, or if you want to just pad the knees, you can do that too. So you get to choose. I'm gonna do cat cow. Cat cow is a nice movement for the spine. So table pose, hips over knees, shoulders, elbows, wrist in a vertical, mostly vertical line. Palms are flat, fingers are spread wide. Your back spine is neutral, so it's like a table. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your chin, and arch your back. We're gonna hold here to allow the muscles to give a little bit. So keep breathing. We'll be here for a few breaths. So your back is arched, and this is a back bend. The other benefit of this pose is the front of you, the front upper body is getting a stretch as well. So holding here, pushing down into the floor so the arms are engaged. And then let's breathe in, and then exhale, we'll go into cat shape. So lifting the spine up like a Halloween cat or scary cat. Pushing into the mat, hold here, chin to chest. Let's do one more in slow motion. Inhale to cow, for back arches, chin and chest lift. Hold here, keep breathing. And then exhale into cat one last time in slow motion. Spine lifts, chin to chest, push into the floor. We'll go real time now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lift. Exhale, curl. I'm gonna let you all go at your own pace and your own timing, and we'll catch up in a few. Okay, so taking your time, doing it to your speed and preference. Couple more rounds. And then we'll come back to table. We're gonna do thunderbolt with the toes curled under. So curl your toes under, some options. So this is the traditional way to do this, or I'll show you the other way with the feet flat on the mat. But this is thunderbolt or goddess pose. Not goddess, excuse me. It was called hero's pose, but I've called it Shiro's pose. So Shiro's pose or thunderbolt. Stretch for the feet. It is not the most prettiest feeling, I know that, but the options are to come up, upper body straight up toward the sky, keep the toes curled under, or you can bring hands to the mat so that you're not sitting directly on your heels. So you get to choose, try them all. I know the first one is the one that is a little uncomfortable, but it's good for our feet. Stretches out, spaces out the bones in the foot, stretches out the muscle. Feet are a lot of times a very neglected part of our bodies. This little foot therapy, that opening of those muscles and moving the bones a little, bringing some additional blood circulation. So we have a lot of oxygen in our blood right now from all the breathing we've been doing. We'll come back to table. Let's tap the tops of our feet on the mat. So that's the reward of that. And then here's the other version of this. Tops of the feet on the mat, sit back on the heel. So this is a different version. This obviously stretches the shins and the muscles on the tops of the feet. You can hold here, sitting on the heels. You can come back to table-ish pose with the hands on the floor, or you can bring torso upright. Tops of the feet and shins on the mat. You get to pick. So this stretches the front of the legs and the tops of the front of the lower leg and the tops of the feet. We come back to table. Let's tap the tops of the feet again. So this tapping, besides feeling nice and break from that other challenging feeling, this tapping brings additional circulation to the feet or any body part that you tap. Blood will come up to the surface of the skin. Okay, so we're going to move into down dog so we can get up to standing. The down dog is said to be one of the 4 resting poses of yoga. I don't quite agree with that, but I'm not the yoga scholar. So table pose and then curl the toes under. Inhale, lift the tush toward the sky. Position your feet so you're comfortable. We're just going to hold here for a while. So it's also an inversion, meaning your head is lower than your heart. The heart has an easier time pumping blood because it's working with gravity now. Come back to table. Separate the knees. We're going into child's pose. This is one of the other 3 resting poses, but towards your heels. Traditionally, the arms are straight out above our heads, but I have options for your shoulders. You can bend the arms in what's called cactus arms. So bend the arms with palms down. Bend the elbows with palms down. And this is called cactus arms. So this takes all that pressure off your shoulder. You can stack your palms to bring the floor up towards your forehead. If it's too much of a reach to get your forehead down on the floor at this time, You can bring the floor up to your forehead by stacking hands or fists. Okay? You can bring the hands down by your ankles. So pick one, and we will hold that for just a few breaths. And then coming back to table. Gonna go back to down dog, toes curl under. Inhale, lift your butt. This time lift the left leg up. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right leg down. Left leg lifts again, breathe in. Exhale, right foot down. Inhale, lift right leg, Exhale, right foot down. This time, inhale, lift the left leg, bend the left knee. Turn your body toward the left. This is called three-legged dog. Hold here. And then inhale, straighten left leg, bring it down to left foot to the mat. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the right knee, turn your body toward the right. Extend the right leg out. Right foot on the mat. Come back to table. Come back to child's. Knees spread, separate wide. Big toes touch. And you come down toward the floor and position your arms the way that's most comfortable for you. And then come back to table pose. We're going to stretch out on our front side. So this is called, I have to get my consonants right. Prostrate. Prostrate. So not prostate like the gland. Prostrate, meaning basically surrender. So coming all the way out onto your front body. Stack your hands, put your left cheek on the top of your hands and bend the right knee up toward the right elbow. This is called sleeping baby. So this is a hip opener and a resting pose, not officially, but that's what's happening. So forehead down on your stacked hands. Right knee is bent toward the right elbow. I'm not asking you to try to touch it, just up in that direction. And hold here, take some breath. And we're on the top of the left foot. So don't let the left heel fall out. Keep the top of the foot in contact with the mat, top of the left foot. And then let's inhale and then exhale the right leg straight out on the top of the right foot. Bring the left knee up near the left elbow and forehead on your hands. This is a passive stretch also for the inside of your whichever leg is bent, the inside thigh. And then lower the left leg. And we're going to prop up on our forearms. This is called Cobra. Hold here. So the shoulder are over the elbows. The elbows and the wrist are in a parallel line. Lift your chest. So this is a back bend, also a stretch for the front body. This is Cobra. I'm sorry, this is not Cobra. This is Sphinx. Sphinx, like the monument Sphinx. Sit up and lift up the upper body to get a nice bend in your back. Smooth breath here. Sphinx pose. We're on the tops of the feet again. So when the heels fall out, they call that sickling. And this is okay if we're resting, but when your tops of your feet are touching the floor or the mat, that means your legs are engaged. And so that's a passive toning of those muscles. So on the tops of your feet, Bring your hands, slide them back towards your chest. Palms are flat, elbows are close to your side body. We're gonna now move into cobra. So inhale, push up. You come up halfway, or you could straighten your arms and come up all the way. So do what feels right for you. Keep the elbows tight to your side ribs. This is a deeper back bend. Take a breath in. Gonna come up to straightened arms. Try that. This is up dog. This is the deepest back bend of these three. Smooth out your breath. And then inhale and exhale, come down. We're gonna move into child's pose. So coming through table, separating the knees again, toes touching, come down to child's pose. You have the arm options, hand options, pick what you like. Inhale, coming back to table pose. Gonna go for a pigeon pose, or some circles call it swan, I think. So let's start with the right knee. Slide the right, we're in table. Slide the right knee toward the right wrist. Gonna cross the lower right leg to a comfortable ankle. That's different for each of us. And slide back on top of the left leg, left foot, left thigh. Okay, you may stay propped up here with the arms straight. You may come down on forearms. You may stack hands and bring your forehead down to your knee. So this is pigeon pose. I think it might be called dying swan or something like that. But anyway, those are your options. So I'm gonna stay propped up high just because. And you're on the top of the left foot. Checking on your breath. Let's move our way into table. Change side. So this time, the left knee goes toward the left wrist. You allow the lower part of the left leg to cross over. And then sliding the right leg back. We stay on top of the right, the front of the right leg, front of the right foot. And again, you can come down forearms. Prop up high on straightened arms. But for me, the straightened arms, I feel a lot of nice stretching in the front of my body. Also, when you come down toward the floor with the hands stacked and forehead down, you're putting a lot of your body weight on that bent leg. So that's adding some different types of stretching in those muscles too. So see if you notice any of the changes. Pigeon is a hip opener. We will make our way back to table. Let's do one more child's pose. So separate your knees wide, big toes come together, sit back on your heels, arms either straight out above your head, palms down, cactus arms, palms down. Hands or fists stacked, forehead down, hands by your ankles. And then come back up to table. Gonna sit down, either hip to the side, spin your legs forward. We're going onto our back. Feet are flat, feet are separated, knees are up toward the ceiling. Corpse pose with bent knees, so arms are out away from your torso. Take a breath in here, and then exhale, bring the right knee to your chest. Take an inhale, Exhale, forehead toward the right knee. Inhale down. We'll do 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 1 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Right foot on the mat. You can also stretch out. Let's stretch out the right leg for this one. Breathe in. Exhale, left knee to chest. So this was an option for the legs. You can keep the opposite leg extended out or knee bent like we did the left side. So it's your choice to do it straight out or right foot on the mat. Breathe in here. Exhale, left forehead towards your left knee. Inhale down. We'll do 4 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Left foot on the mat. We're going to windshield wiper the knees side to side. Both knees going the same way together. Move the breath. And then bring the knees back to center, feet flat, knees up toward the sky. We're going to exhale, bring both knees to chest. We're going to rock side to side. And you may rock all the way to the side body, or you may stay a little more vertical. And that kind of concentrates that massage sensation on the low back. When you go all the way to one side, you're getting in the fleshy parts of the hips. Try them out. Move your breath. And then come back to center, moving into happy baby. So our knees were already bent. We're just gonna reposition the feet so they're facing the ceiling. Feet are flat. Traditionally, we hang onto the outside of the feet. You may try the arch side of the feet. You may try the ankles or the shins or a pant leg or behind your knees. So you get to pick. So the legs are wide. Basically, your torso is between your thighs, basically. Legs are wide, knees are bent deeply, feet are flexed. Hang on to your feet wherever it's comfortable. And take some breaths. Rocking side to side. So we're rocking our happy baby. And then coming back to center, feet to the mat. Going to bring the soles of our feet to touch. So we did butterfly sitting up. This is called supine butterfly. So we're laying on our backs, our feet are touching, knees are open. This would be a good place to put blocks or the towels on the outside of the upper leg. Just hold here. So this is a passive stretch again for the inside of the thighs. While we're here, noticing the outsides of your feet touching the mat, your back touching the mat, the back of your head, the space between your neck and the floor, the hollowed out space, maybe air, you might feel cool air there, air around your hands, air around your feet and ankles. See what you notice. And bring the feet flat on the floor. We're going to windshield wiper the knees 1 more time, side to side. And we'll do this is going to be another version of the pigeon. So extend the left leg out. Bend the right knee, right knee, left hand outside the right foot. So if you imagine us when we were face down, that was one version of the pigeon. This is a more accessible version of it. Same result. It's a stretch for the hips, and you might feel something on the inside of your thigh. So this is a supine pigeon, supine on our back pigeon. And extend the right leg out on the floor. Bend the left knee, left hand, left knee, right hand outside the left foot. Hold here and take some breaths. And extend the left leg out. We're going to move into final rest. Shavasana is what it's called in Sanskrit. Shavasana has two meanings. One is the corpse pose, which is what we're in now. The other meaning is final relaxation, which happens usually at the end of a class. If lying out flat like this is not comfortable, you can bring your feet on the mat again, wide feet toward the long edge of the mat, and drop the knees together. So that takes all the pressure off your low back. You can exhale, bring the knees together and turn to one side. Keep the knees bent. This is side corpse pose. Stack the bent leg, one on top of the other. Bottom arm turns into a pillow. You can do a Shavasana here or seated. So you get to pick, and we're going to just quietly rest. Checking on your breath. Energy level. Mood. When you're ready, turn your head from side to side. If you'd like to bring your arms up overhead and take a big stretch. Wiggle your toes and fingers if you'd like. And make your way up to seated. Please take your time. May you be happy. May your life have meaning. And may you be an instrument for social change. Thank you, Noemi, for coming back.